sometimes leave, we leave our career paths and the decisions that we make up to chance. So what we're going to talk about today and through this presentation is how SFI and KUDER can bring a career planning system to the Philippines so we don't have to leave it to chance. We don't have to leave our youth of today, the country's future of tomorrow, their happiness and success up to chance. We can provide them with a systematic approach to provide them with career guidance and to help them find their passions in life and how that relates to career success. So we believe that not only helping individuals become successful through career guidance, what we're able to do is start to bridge that gap that we see from education to workforce, and really bridge that gap on making sure that the investment in the education of our youth today equates into economic development of the future. So as I go through this presentation, I want you to keep in mind, what are some of the decisions that you've made in your academic careers and your professional careers that have gotten you here today? How did you make them? What were they based on? Who influenced you? What do you know now that might have made that experience or that decision-making process a bit better? So I think those are all important questions as we look through this presentation. So I'm going to begin a little bit on introducing you more to the company of KUDER. And the best person to do that is the CEO, owner, and president, Phil Harrington.
When people ask me what we do, and I always say, KUDER is a comprehensive career guidance system that's used for students all across the world, students and adults. But what do we really do? We change lives. We have a model that simply says, you cannot be what you cannot see. Our job at KUDER is to help you see what you can become. And so as an organization, our job is to help you find what your pathway in life is, help you find the right education plan, get you tuned into the right college or university, and ultimately into the right career path. That's what we do at KUDER. We have such a rich history. KUDER goes back to 1938, and here we are today. About 165 million people have used one of the KUDER career planning systems, and so those are KUDER Galaxy for our elementary students, KUDER Navigator for our secondary students, and KUDER Journey for our college students and the adult workforce across the globe. I think one of the greatest accomplishments that I personally have is that we've built a family of associates, that we have some of the best and brightest in all fields that work for the KUDER company. They're here for the right reasons. They're here to impact the lives of others. And so we hire only the best and the brightest. And when you think about what happens inside the four walls here, it really comes back to the passion that they have for serving others. And I always say, no one can hold a candle to KUDER, because we have the highest, most reliable, valid assessments. I sleep really well at night knowing that the information we're providing for youth and adult across the globe are the best in the world. So whether it's the people that are actually writing the content that go on a highly customized system, to the technicians and the technical people that are coding behind the scenes and creating those graphics and making all the technical issues come together, and the project managers that pull it all together, and how do we do the translation so that today we can offer this in Arabic and we can offer it in Spanish and Italian and what other languages. All of that happens inside four walls with people that are passionate about what they want to do. Kids are looking for the same thing. They're looking for hope in their lives. They're looking for success in their lives, just as parents are. We all want something more and better for our child. And so that's the great thing that I get to do as we're helping to bring the tools that KUDER provides, is to provide hope for the future of these youth. We serve the needs of people miles and miles and miles away. And yet I always say, when I have the opportunity to be in front of country leaders, we have something major in common. We all share the same sun and the same moon. And we share the same value about wanting better for our kids, for our community, and for ourselves. And that's really the fun part of working at KUDER, is because we're able to help people find those things in life.
All right. Next. So, just to recap some of the things that you heard from Phil. So the name KUDER comes from Dr. Frederick KUDER. Who here knows of Dr. KUDER? Anybody? Well, he started this work a long time ago, so he was a much older man than any of us in here, so I don't expect anybody to know him personally. But KUDER developed the first interest assessment, first interest inventory in the world. So he started his work back in the 1930s. And he was dedicated to the research and the psychometric properties of developing an assessment to help people discover their passions. KUDER is famous for saying that you can't teach people what they're interested in. You can't teach them what they're passionate about. That's something that has to be discovered. So the thing that KUDER focuses on, and we carry on his legacy today, is helping people discover those interests, discover those passions, and understand how does that relate to the career opportunities that they have in front of them. From there, that's helping people find their true north. Once you've found what you're interested in, then you can add the skills. Then you can add the skills to be able to match those career aspirations. Because if you are good at something, you're very talented and gifted at a particular skill, but you have no interest in it, please run as far away from that profession and occupation and that skill as fast as possible. Because if you make that your life's work, you will never be satisfied. You won't be happy. That will bleed into other facets of your life, not just professionally, but personally. So KUDER also would talk about that the root cause for most people seeking some sort of psychological counseling, any sort of problems in their lives, maybe marriage counseling, the root cause, the majority of why people were seeking counseling was due to one reason, and that reason was job dissatisfaction. So, his work's life was dedicated to helping people discover what those passions are and get them on the right track and allow them to be able to then understand what are the skills after you've understood your passion, what it is that you need to learn to be able to achieve career happiness. So KUDER's been around for nearly 80 years. We have a pretty simple motto in all the work that we do. We say, you cannot be what you cannot see. We help you see what you can become. So that focus on helping people that we share with SFI and with many of you in the room today, that focus of helping people discover and achieve what we want to be is at the center of what we do. We do that by taking our rich history and our global authority in career guidance and education to really be able to provide proven tools that are backed by research, are evidence-based, to be able to help individuals navigate life's journey. So starting as early as kindergarten, pre-kindergarten, all the way through grade, we say people entering into retirement, from K through grade, helping individuals engage in the career planning process, identify what it is that they want to do in life, professionally, what's going to make them happy, and how they're going to be able to have those aspirations last lifetime. So over our rich history, we've been able to impact the lives of over 165 million individuals. So that doesn't happen overnight. That wasn't like we turned the light switch on and boom, bam, 165 million. No, that started with one individual. And that grew to 2, and then 100, and 1,000, and a million.